Okay, so let's get into my labor and delivery experience. So, I gave birth on January 13th, 2023, just about 3 weeks and 6 days ago, because the baby's actually going on 4 weeks tomorrow, Friday. So, I gave birth on January 13th, 2023 at 11:04 p.m. to the most beautiful, handsome boy in my eyes. He is. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't get emotional talking about this because at the beginning, I couldn't even actually sit down. Like, I've been wanting to do this labor and delivery experience TikTok for you guys, like just do the whole videos, like actually sit down, probably even do a YouTube video, but I just can't. Every time I talk about it, it's like the most beautiful experience I've been through, and it makes me emotional. So I hope I don't get emotional, but I'm already getting emotional, so I don't know. So my due date was originally January 16, 2023. They actually had scheduled me to be induced on that day. Little did I know, you know what? Let me tell you guys. I started doing I started doing some research on like how I can induce labor by myself because from everyone's experience, every time I was looking into like induction stories, no one had a positive experience, and that really was freaking me out. So I was like, I don't want to be induced. I want to go in naturally. But let me tell you something. This is where the story gets a little bit crazy because even though you're gonna go in naturally, like if your water breaks, if you get to the hospital and your contractions are not sufficient for you to actually like push out your baby, in that case, you're gonna be induced regardless. So I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50 when it comes to like the whole induction thing now that I had the experience that I had. But I was scheduled to be induced on January 16th. Okay, so I was scheduled to go for the COVID test on January 13th because whenever you're going to be induced, they require a PCR COVID test 3 days before your induction. So I gave birth on January 13th, which happens to be Friday the 13th. Isn't that crazy? I was like, oh my gosh, what a day to give birth, right? But so that morning, no, that start the night before actually. Sorry, pregnancy brain, the hormones are still out of whack, and pregnancy brain is definitely a real thing. So on the 12th, the day before, the Thursday, I that night, after I cooked dinner, I actually cooked dinner or was at work, and I started feeling like a little bit crampy after I had did some exercises to induce the labor, you know? And I was bouncing on my yoga ball, and I was I was like, I don't know, like I don't feel so good today. And these pains are a little bit different. I don't think they're just Braxton Hicks. We still had like a lot of things to do. We had to like do laundry. We had to like finish up packing out his bag because he waits till the last minute to pack his bag. So I was kind of freaking out, and I was like, you know what? I don't know, like if these are Braxton Hicks, but I don't want to go to the hospital. I just want to, like let my body do its thing, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. So I put on a Netflix show. I was actually just bouncing on my yoga ball while I'm watching a Netflix show, and I'm trying to just keep calm. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm drinking water because usually they say that if they're not real contraction, like if they're Braxton Hicks, they'll go away in some time. But mine weren't really like, it wasn't so intense. It was just like a discomfort. That's why I was like, I don't think these are true contractions. I'm just going to play it out. My back was hurting, and I just felt like if I was going to get my period, kind of. But like I said, I was bouncing on my ball. I drank some water, but when I was on my ball bouncing, I kept on feeling like so exhausted, which is something that I had not, like I told you, I was already on maternity leave. There was no need for me to be that exhausted, but I was really, really tired. So I actually found myself at one point while I'm bouncing on the ball, going to sleep. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I laid on the couch. Got home from so that day, O was scheduled to work to pretty late. So I was just like, when he got home from work, I was like, listen, I think you should go and wash the clothes. I think you should pack your bag. I think you should do everything you have to do. He got home at whatever time he got home. It was late. He got home and he was like, you know what? Yeah, the way you look, I'm going to go and wash the clothes, and I'm going to go and do everything I have to do just because if you do go into labor, I want to be ready. So he heads out. I'm still home. Like I told you, I laid on the couch, and after bouncing on the ball when I was getting tired, I laid on the couch and I actually fell asleep. That's not like me. Listen, even during the pregnancy, I could be so exhausted, but for some reason, I just don't nap. I always find something to do. Like, oh, I gotta clean the house. Oh, I have to vacuum. I have to finish up the crib preparation. I have to I don't know. At those last weeks of pregnancy is so confusing, and it's like you just want to get everything done, and you feel like you don't have enough time. So I always found something to do. So that wasn't like me. But anyways, long story short, when he got home from washing all the clothes, I was still on the couch. He had to wake me up to go to bed. Okay, I'm taking a pumping break real quick, but I realized that this clip didn't get recorded, so I had to come on here and record it again. But O got home and I was sleeping on the couch. He woke me up to go to bed. The next morning, I was scheduled to work. I did tell you I was on maternity leave, but I was scheduled just to assist in like a training for like 2 hours, which wasn't a big deal. And I was going to be doing that from home. So I set my alarm for 8 a.m. and I was going to work at 9 a.m.